Hi, everybody. I'm here with Maggie Schlar, our first Putting the Fun Back in Business facilitator for Joy of Business. Hi, Maggie. Woo, woo, woo. And we are putting the fun back in business this morning. And we wanted to make this video to create an invitation for all of you out there watching this and wondering, is there another way to start inviting joy and start inviting fun into the business world? And what can we create together? What else is possible? So at the Joy Business team, we know you were asking these questions, and that's why we began with the Putting the Fun Back in Business facilitators. So Maggie is our first official facilitator. And Maggie, I want to ask you, what is it that you know about fun in business that the world maybe hasn't seen yet?
One of the things I know about that is that when I'm lit up, the world lights up, and so whatever lights me up, I'm willing to go do the have ridiculous amounts of fun. And look, on the outside, it could look like I'm being irresponsible with business. It could look like that, and really, the more fun I'm having, the bigger and bigger my business grows.
Yeah. And what do you like? What does fun look like to you?
Oh, it looks like all kinds of things. It could look like dancing. It could look like 3 a.m. creating a website. It could look like, it could look like a conversation with a friend. Usually what it involves is this, a
You just
smile
put this on and you're already facilitating.
and a lot of laughter and giggle. Is what, in a sense, if you were to look on the outside, what it looks like. And then it could be anything that's really going on with business with technology, or working with people who are working with me, or I'm working with them. But what it really involves is this.
Yeah. And I want to talk about that because actually that is an energy. That is such an invitation and such a lightness when that smile and that laughter. So can you talk a little bit about what that energy of laughter and joy really invites people to when you're around them, when you're doing business with them?
Yeah, I think, well, what I've noticed and what's coming to me right now is that it comes back to when I was a kid and there was no like responsibility and haves tos, and it's this total like a playground of choice, of like, if you look at kids in school, or if it's the kind of school that they have more choice, or if you look at kids at a playground, it's like, I'm going to go down the slide, and then I'm going to go down the pole, and then I'm going to climb up this way, and then I'm going to try it this way, and then I'm going to do this. And it's this total like, oh, and then I could try this. Or if you look at even when a kiddo's creating a fort or something, there's this total joy of not just like the end product of the fort, but the joy of like, well, how would this go together, and this isn't working, and what blankets can we use, and all of that, right? And then once the fort is made, it's like, oh, let's make this part the living room, and let's make this part the kitchen, and that's the play and adventure. Yeah.
And how do you apply that in business?
Well, it's kind of like if I'm creating a class, specifically, it's like, well, what graphics would it like to be, and what words would be like to be in the graphic, and what images would like that to be, and who else would like to play and contribute. It's kind of like, it is a playground, and it's like popcorn for me going off in my mind of like, oh this and oh this, and yeah, so it can look like that in business, and then, or you can look at it as if with systems, what systems are required for now and in the future, and this whole, thing of system, you're searching for systems and you find a whole new world. Like, it's like getting a new Lego kit. It's like, oh, here's a whole new set of systems that I could play with. Does this work?
Wow. So it's really that energy of playing with your business as a creation.
Mm-hmm. And like, not play like an adult plays, like the like adulty adult, right? It's like the play from curious wonder, and really like the joy of business is like, how can it get even greater than this? What else is possible with business and joy, and like really like there is this playfulness that it really comes from the being. Isn't a doing, it's a being playfulness. Yeah.
And what would happen if we invited the whole world to this? How would the world change?
What would happen? Right? Like, I just wonder, like, what would it be like? And well, you were saying Simone's target, for Put the Fun Back in Business? Like, what would it be like to have like more Put the Fun Back in Business facilitators than bars facilitators? And what would that create? And like, tune into that. Yeah.
I think like corporate buildings would dissolve.
Well, even would they dissolve, or would it actually be this like evolving of joy?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And that, like, you know, like put a little pep back in some people's steps.
Thank you for that. I'm like, I feel it and it feels good.
What would it be like to be that crazy, awesome, like, let's do business, right? And go into corporations, go into small, like, because I come from a smaller town, to go, I'm like, I'm asking the question and beyond, like, what would it be like if everybody in Durango, where I live right now, was playing with the tools of the joy of business and Put the Fun Back in Business? What would that be like? And what would I have to be and show up as to create that, or be the invitation to that? And that to me is like, ooh, what would it be like if you just walked down and like a main street and like you could just feel the joy coming from every single, can you see the stores over here?
I'm in the virtual reality and I can perceive it.
Every single store that you walked by was their own sense of play and adventure and joy. And that with that, it's like, I look at a lot of the people that I get to play with in business, there is joy, play, and adventure, and each of us has our own sense of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Maggie. And I want to see that booklet. I know we have a fun little booklet for Putting the Fun Back in Business.
I love booklets. So check this out.
Woo!
Back in Business. And inside, I'll do a quick little, like, there's 10 different tools, each of them dynamically skyrocketing, if you're willing to put them to work.
Wow.
So all of this, and it's just, I mean, it's beautifully done. So yeah, and an invitation to the joy of business in there. And can I actually read the warning for this book?
Yes.
The warning for this book, or this little booklet, is: if you attend a joy of business class, it will be like no other business class you have ever attended. It will not be serious. It will not be about taking notes. It will not be something you pass or fail. You will not be judged. You will, however, have the possibility of a greater future, the ability to laugh at the choices you have made and jump off the edge of the cliff that you have been teetering on, waiting. The wait is over. It's time to create. Your life will not be the same. Neither will your business or your money flows.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Joy Business, Simone.
Thanks, Joy Business. Wonderful. So if you are curious about becoming a Putting the Fun Back in Business facilitator, and if you know about joy and the possibilities, the infinite possibilities of inviting the world to more joy and fun with business, please check it out. We need your joy in this world. And what if we together could change the whole landscape of what it means to do business on this planet?
Yeah, and can I add something else there too?
Mm-hmm.
If business isn't joy or fun right now, yet you're like, but wait, do I have to have that? What if choosing to be a facilitator of this was the opening of the door and possibilities to having that?
Yeah, absolutely. Joy's great.
It's great.
Thank you, Maggie. Yes. All right. Bye, everybody.